Hello! We're back! I'm gonna be watching the character shorts today. I'm pretty sure. That's the plan. I'm assuming this is gonna be similar to Ruby's character short from the beginning of Volume 4. That's what I'm expecting, at least. So, yeah. There's supposed to be one for Yang and Weiss and Blake, but not Ruby this time. Just those three. I can only confirm that they are short. Well, I would hope so, based on what they're called. I would hope that they're short. So, yeah. We're gonna get started. I don't really have anything to predict about them, because I have no idea what they're going to be. The one for Volume 4 was showing off the new animation engine, but we've seen a whole season of the animation engine, so that's not going to be necessary. So yeah, I think we're gonna get started. You guys ready? So yeah, let's get this show on the road. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is earlier Weiss. This is her Volume 1 outfit. It's strange seeing it in the new style. Oh. I assume this is Winter doing this, because this is what her summons look like. A classic Weiss pose with the sword in front of her. Dang, you didn't need to do fire that much. The icicles were cool. Don't stand there and pose, you gotta focus. Yeah, you can tell that this is early in Weiss's journey, because she's more flamboyant than she is even when she reaches Beacon. She's taking more time to pose than focus on actually fighting. You gotta... Weiss! Okay, so if it's as I suspect and this is Winter, she's not actually going to let Weiss die, because it's just to prove a point. That was basically Weiss tapping out and being like, no, I can't take it anymore. Yeah, I was right. I knew it!
I'm not always going to be around to save you, Weiss.
That's some foreshadowing if I've ever heard it.
I'll get better. You'll have to if you ever want to leave.
Yeah, get that mirror, mirror leitmotif in here. Oh, I love a match cut. Very nice. Very nice. I love that transition to Mirror Mirror. That was very well done. I also really appreciate yes, I mean that's true, but I like that you can tell that this is early Weiss. But, well, she doesn't have her scar, number one, but also she's focusing more on the style of the thing than actually killing the Grimm, even though they're not real Grimm. But it's a nice touch to show the difference in how she's fighting. Yeah, exactly. Like, even then, she was focusing on her form, not on posing. Weiss is a JoJo character at heart. She was meant to stand there and pose in the middle of battle. So the next one is Blake's, and I'm wondering, are they all going to follow a trend where they're going to be the characters before they made it to Beacon? Because that would be interesting to see them again from before all their character development. Because it'll be them, like, reminiscing to how they were and how they are now. Because I always love stuff like that. So, yeah, we're going to get started with Blake's one. Let's go. Okay, we're in Menagerie. Man, look, remember when the background characters were just shadow people and now they're actually character models? Hi, Blake.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Oh, baby Blake with her
Why-
old outfit.
Why'd you join the White Fang?
Same reason as you.
But
But why fight when I pass for human? It's okay.
I wasn't expecting
You're not the
Ilya
first person to
backstory
ask.
from this.
I know I look just like any other human girl. And for years, that's how I was raised. We lived in Mantle with the other Faunus working the mines.
Oh, they're like
My parents wanted something better for me.
tracking White
They
Fang
managed
members
to
in
enroll me
Menagerie.
Atlas prep school. Imagine that. A little Faunus girl from Mantle going to the City of Dreams.
Well, she's
Felt
from
like a
Atlas.
princess.
Yeah, that doesn't get
But
much more
I had to
discriminatory than
follow a
Atlas.
set of rules.
You can't just shoot. This is a marketplace,
No
dude.
bringing friends home, no talking about my parents, and absolutely, under no circumstances, was I allowed to change colors. No one could know I was a Faunus.
that sounds terrible.
It wasn't.
Oh,
It
Ilya.
was confusing at first, but it wasn't hard. Especially if it meant being an Atlas. Sometimes the other girls would say things about the Faunus. That they were animals, that they were dirty, or they lied, and I'd say those things with them. Because I felt like I was one of them.
Oh,
And then, one day,
she just wanted to be
there was a
included.
cave-in at the mines. I was at school.
Oh, I bet your
And then
friends
it's
reacted well to that, didn't they?
Apparently, one of the workers tripped while handling some agitated dust crystals.
True colors and all that
The
jazz.
explosion caused a chain reaction. And my friends snickered.
Oh, I love the little flare of her eyes.
Go!
I lost control. Every inch of me turned blue as I wept.
Ilya.
And suddenly, all the girls that I'd laughed and played with were scared of me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I broke their teeth.
Yeah, get their asses. But then again... Yeah, this is a confrontation that's gonna happen in the next season, isn't it? This whole thing. I love that Ilya is clearly committed to the cause, but she cares about Blake too much to actually hurt her.
What happened?
He got away.
And that's all that's going to be said about that.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Blake. Oh, and she heard that. She heard Blake not sell her out. You know, I just put it together. Does her mask have horns so that she can... Does her mask have horns so she can pretend to be... So that other Faunus aren't like, oh, why is a human part of the White Fang and all that jazz? Because if so, that's a really nice touch for character design. Yeah, honestly, this wasn't a Blake character short. This was an Ilya character short. Oh yeah, because Chameleon. Because she's got the little horns. That's right. It's a nice touch. Yeah, her ponytail as well. But yeah, I wasn't expecting Ilya backstory from one of these shorts. Not to say it's unwelcome. It was very interesting that the writers did acknowledge that she looks like a human and she did pass for a human, but then it all fell apart. And I guess that's another reason for why she's the only one in Menagerie to wear a mask. It's not because people might recognize her, because the only person who knew her here was Blake, but it's so that nobody on the island can doubt that she is part of the White Fang. That's nice. I'm excited to read some of the fics. Yeah. It's gonna be nice when I actually get to read them. Yeah, I like that they included a character, because so much of the Faunus plotline is a parallel for various minorities, people of color, the LGBTQ community and all that. But I like that they included a character like that, because that's a lot of people in the community, in the various communities. Yeah, especially since it's also representing one of the writers. It's nice that they included that. So I think we're gonna get started on Yang's short, the final one, and it does seem to be that they're going to be pre-Beacon era. So I guess Yang... What was Yang even doing before Beacon? I guess looking for Raven. So yeah, let's get started with Yang's short. I thought that was her motorcycle for a second.
Come on. You totally could have dodged that.
Classic Yang pose right there.
Yang, I already told you. I'm just not cut out for hand-to-hand. Why can't I just use my beautiful Crescent Rose?
Because what if you don't have Crescent Rose?
I'm gonna be leaving for Beacon soon. I want to make sure my little sis could hold her own while I'm gone.
Fine.
God, Ruby's really bad at hand-to-hand, isn't she?
Nice one, sis. You're not always gonna be able to run away from your problems, though. Sometimes you just have to stand your ground and fight, no matter what.
Current Ruby would beg to differ.
Enough rest. Get back out here. Ruby?
Oh, it's Grim. Is it gonna be a...
Ruby!
I bet it's gonna be an Ursa, isn't it? Yeah, because Goldilocks. I love how they animate the Grim now. in the new software. They look so cool. You can do this, Yang. I'm sure Ruby's fine. You gotta focus on taking this thing down. I always loved Yang's fighting style. It's so fluid. I mean, that's one way to get stronger, is to get blasted through a million trees. Ruby, did you just knock yourself out by zooming into the forest and, like, hitting a tree or something? Oh, and she doesn't have Crescent Rose. I understand the whole, you need to get better at hand-to-hand, but this is not the time. Oh, her putting her fists up to fight it. Yang always out here sacrificing herself for Ruby and the ones she loves. This is the exact shit Ty was talking about with relying on her semblance, and it's so clear now because this is before she learned that lesson.
Yang, are you okay?
She's okay. This is a prequel.
I didn't know how to help without my scythe. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I've always got your back, sis.
Oh, except you don't, is the thing. The guilt for not always being there for your sister. Oh, but she's on her way. It's happening. She's gonna be there for her sister. She's gonna do it. It's gonna take her a second, but she's gonna be there for her sister. Reminder that we have 2 self-sacrificial blondes in our group. Yeah, all the blondes. The blondes need to care about themselves more. They need to care about they need to care about themselves more than they do. Dear God. Wouldn't be Yang if she didn't make a dramatic sacrifice play, honestly. I need her to care about herself as much as she cares about others. Both of the blondes, I need them both to care about themselves as much as they care about others. I do love her what your hairstyle says about you. Blonde, self-sacrifice, red shirt. Don't be mean. I mean, yeah, all the freaking redheads with green eyes, they all keep dying. Pyrrha and Penny and Roman, all the gingers with green eyes, they've all died. White daddy issues. That's a pretty specific one though, because like the only people with white hair are the freaking Schnees, and like it's accurate, but yeah, call out Blake and Ren, get their asses. See, but the best part about that is because Ruby has red hair and black hair, she gets to be both. She's playing both teams. Look at her go. So yeah, I like that. Just like the other one showed the characters' shortcomings. Well, not Blake's one. Blake's one pretty much was about Ilya. It wasn't really about Blake. I like that it showed... Yeah, I knew it was going to be quick. There were only 3 shorts, but I wanted to watch them before we started the season. Speaking of, yes, I'm going to the flower show with my mom tomorrow, so I'm not going to be watching the premiere, which... My boy, once again, gets fucked over. Look at him go. That's called character consistency. So, yeah, it's either going to be on Sunday or Monday, depending on when I have time. If it's on Monday, it's not going to be at noon. It's going to be... If it's on Monday, it's not going to be at noon. It's going to be later in the day, because I've got classes at noon. Okay, but the ship game time. Cold Feet... Rainbow Quartz, Greek Fire. Okay, well, Greek Fire, one of the people in it is definitely Pyrrha. Because Greece. Greek Fire. Again, I missed Yang being related to fire with solar flare, so I'm gonna guess that Greek fire is Pyrrha and Yang. Hey, that's called learning from your mistakes. I developed from the characters. Okay, and then, Rainbow Quartz, the Amazon ship. Yeah, the strong girls. Good for them. Okay, Rainbow Quartz. So, I'm gonna guess that Rainbow is related to Ilya because chameleon. And they're supposed to be, at least some of the characters are in the things, so I'm gonna go that Rainbow is Ilya. But Quartz. Who do we have that's related to rocks? I guess Emerald or Ruby. I'm gonna go with Ruby since she was actually in this. So I'm gonna say that Rainbow Quartz is Ilya and Ruby. Oh, it is Ilya and Emerald. Dang. I had a 50-50 shot. They're both gemstones, okay? I almost got it. Lound. I incorrectly corrected myself. It happens. I'm not infallible. Okay, what was the last one? Cold feet. Okay. They're both girl antagonists who are secretly sad. And I'm going to be honest, I think they're both girl antagonists who are not going to end up being antagonists. I haven't talked about this before, but I don't think Emerald is going to end up being a bad guy. Because out of all of the people on the bad guy side, she's the only one that seems to, well, other than Hazel. But the big guy, he seems to be sort of, he seems to be more moral than some of the other bad guys. But Emerald was also the only one that seems to be sort of doubting what they're doing. So I think she's either going to have something that confirms her belief in Cinder and Salem and makes her definitely stay on the bad guys, or she's going to continue having her faith shaken as it has been so far, and she's going to end up defecting or at least leaving Salem's side if she doesn't join the good guy's side. But Ilya is definitely going to stop being a bad guy White Fang. Like, that was set up at the end of volume 4 with the whole, there are people who are still hurting and others who take advantage of their sadness. That's going to happen. Ilya is going to get redeemed by Blake. That's what's going to happen in this season. That's what the curse is for, to keep me humble. Yep, it's true. The curse, the blog curse is to keep me humble. Okay, but what was the last one? Cold feet, dear God. I guess Weiss is one of them because cold feet. Unless it's about people regretting things, because cold feet. Because I was going to say Mercury, because he's got the whole boots thing. Who has feet? It could be anyone. I was going to say Mercury, because he's got the whole boots thing going on. But if it's deeper than that, and it's about regret... No, none of them are deeper. None of them are deep. They're all pretty face value character trope related to either their inspiration or their color or whatnot. Worst of all, it could be anyone. It could be me. It could be you. I'm gonna say it's Weiss and Mercury because he's the only one I can think of that has anything to do with boots. He's the only one that has an important character thing related to his feet. Everyone else just has feet. Cold feet. He has feet. They're just not flesh and bones feet. Mercury has feet. They're prosthetics. They're just not his feet. But yeah, I got 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I mean, it's a failing grade in the US, but it's 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Ironfoot. Yeah, is Ironwood's whole half of his body gone, or is it just his torso? Mercury stole someone else's feet, like Rocket Raccoon. It's the whole half of his body? Damn, bitch, what did you go through to have that happen to you? I bet people have written about that, about whatever accident or explosion or nonsense that Ironwood went through to need that level of prosthetics. I love that prosthetics are a relatively normalized thing in this world because the technology is so advanced, and I guess because injuries of that type are fairly common because of the Grimm. But I love that they're relatively normalized in this world. At least if you've got that Atlas money. Yeah, honestly. I'm assuming Mercury stole the money to get his, because he's a little crime boy. And Yang didn't need to pay for hers at all. It was basically a gift from Ironwood. And then Ironwood is the general, so he did complain about them not being cheap. That's true. But again, it's Mercury. I can't imagine him paying for them just out of pocket, because he's a dirty crime boy. Yeah, well, that counts as crime money. If it's from being an assassin, that counts as crime money. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. I know it was short, because, I mean, it's the shorts, haha, but I knew it was gonna be short. So, yeah, I wanted to watch them before we started the volume. And they're on the list, so I think it's gonna be either Sunday or Monday when we start the season. I'm not sure what time yet, because we're going to be listening. Oh, no more World of Remnants? I liked the Worlds of Remnants. I like exposition and world building. I'm a fan of world building. Did you hear the Volume 4 soundtrack? I'm going to be listening to them. If you are subscribed on Patreon, you get to enter the Soundtrack Live blog channel, and there I am, and that's where I react to them. So if you want to listen to the soundtrack, if you want to see my reactions to the soundtrack, you have to subscribe on the Patreon. So yeah, I'm going to continue on Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure about the time yet. I will let you know depending on what time I get back to school and all that jazz. So yeah, I think I'm going to head out unless anyone has any final questions for me. Leave me alone. I'm in school. I can't help it. Trying to get that edumacation, the Mistral thing. I don't know. Did you verify if it's spoilery? Because if it's not spoilery, I guess go ahead. I would love to stay in school forever. If I could, I would just stay in school. Honestly, that would be my dream. I don't know what I would continue learning, but it would be good. I just keep getting more and more degrees as I become an old lady and just stay in school. Exactly. My dream would just get just learn everything. Just keep collecting degrees and stay in school. Take all of the electives. It would be freaking fantastic. I wish I could do that. But alas, we live in capitalism, and I have to have a job. So yeah, since there doesn't seem to be any more questions or anything, I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you on either Sunday or Monday. And again, I will let you know. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting. I'm going to be starting the soundtrack live blogs next week, and they'll be on the channel. If you want to read them, consider joining the Patreon. So yeah, I'm going to head out. See ya.